Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and that, depending on where you are and when you're watching this and what time it is and all that crap. It's time for episode 141 of Wednesday Afternoon Live with your boy, me, SaleenDriver, hosting the longest running Wednesday Afternoon Live stream in all of YouTube that I know of. The show about nothing in particular. And every week we prove that. Every single week. I have my Jay Shippy's timeout O list, and I owe him 6 today. And we're going to get started because Shippy's has to be dealt with. So, timeout and timeout. So that's 2 down. Mark them off the list. Moving on. But thank you for the thumbs up, Jay. John Page, one of my watch buddies, is here. Good to see you. Bread's here. Well, Bread's here, so everything will be okay. Nate the Great. Today he's early, not late. Because it is technically before 3 o'clock, according to my new watch. And the big wrist is here. And he does have a big wrist. Bigger than mine. And I do love Coke Zero. Yes, I do. So, another couple hours of fun and frivolity, and God knows what will head our way in the next little while. But as usual, I have no agenda. You got questions about watches? Ask away. Got questions about cars? Ask away. Got questions about the Gators? No, you never have questions about the Gators. You just troll about the Gators. So, whatever. Yeah, I got to get some more Coke Zero myself. I'm down to only a couple of 6-packs left. I prefer the bottles now. I used to like cans. The one problem is with the cans is, if you knock them over, they spill out all over the place, and that's no good. So the bottles, you can put the cap back on. Slim, my favorite Miami Hurricane fan, Slim Shady Canes, is here. Hopefully he will get on the StreamYard when I drop the link, which won't be long. Brad Pitt, thoughts on the Chicago Cup race? I liked it. It was interesting. I wish that in the future, if you're going to do road courses, have rain tires available. I mean, God knows Goodyear makes a rain tire for the Cup cars. I mean, they make them for the Xfinity cars. Make them for the Cup cars and have them available. I've seen the Cup cars with windshield wipers on. I've seen the Cup cars occasionally run rain tires. So if you're going to run a road course or a street course, have rain tires available. That way you don't have to delay the damn thing hours and hours and have people sitting around saying, you're going to run or you're not going to run? What are you going to do? If it rains, run the race. Obviously with, trying to keep safety in mind, but the way the course was looking on Sunday, rain tires could have easily handled the amount of moisture on the track. And as the track dries out because of the heat of the tires and the fact that most rain tires act as very efficient water pumps, you can switch to the slicks. Big Red says, I'm waiting on a counteroffer on my house. You've got time to kill. Oh, good, sir. Well, appreciate you hanging around. Let's see. I got to do one more thing here real quick. I got to check. Oops. No, I didn't want to do that. Okay, good. And one more click there. Good. There. Now, I thought it was going to be kind of a sad day for me being a Kyle Busch fan because he did hit one of the tire barriers early in the race. But didn't damage the car very much. Good strategy, good calls by his pit boss. Hard driving by the greatest driver in NASCAR right now. And, a bit of luck here and there. And he crawled his way back to 5th place, which, considering how crowded a street course can be and how limited their opportunities are for passing, came in pretty good for my opinion. First-time winner at the Chicago street course. Not only a first-time winner, but the first time the guy ever strapped on a Sprint Cup car. He made his Sprint Cup Series debut and won the race. And that's something that hadn't happened since, I believe in the 60s somewhere. I think it's 50 years since somebody who won their first race in a sprint, back then it was called Grand National, and then Winston Cup, and then Sprint Cup, and Monster Energy Cup, or what, the top level. Nobody had done that, enter their first race and win since the 60s. So it was very impressive drive by the kid. Unfortunately, he's what's known as a road course ringer. So he was brought in by that team to run a road course or a street race, however you want to describe it. And I don't know if they're going to let him drive on oval tracks or not. That's a different skill set. And yes, for all you NASCAR haters, it's a skill. I'd like to see you go out and run an oval course. I've been on Talladega Super Speedway in my Saleen as part of a Saleen Club of America event. And the car just doesn't go up on the banking and stay there. You have to, there's a certain amount of practice and skill that is involved in driving one of those cars. And to do it at 200 miles an hour for 500 miles, nobody in this chat, in this stream, can do it. Atypical Gump popped in while I wasn't looking. Good afternoon to you, sir. Lou, it's whatever stream we make it, as you know. Fireball, I haven't seen you in here in a while. How much power did my Saleen dyno? It dynoed at 550 at the wheels last time it was on a dyno, which means at the crank it's well over 600 horsepower. 550 to the wheel. It's a little lower in the summertime in Florida because the heat and the density of the air is different. But we dynoed that car, I believe, in April or May. So that should be a fairly accurate figure for a year-long car. That's plenty of power for what I use it for. The bottom end of a Terminator Cobra can handle up to 800 horsepower without modification because the internals are forged. But I don't believe in stressing the car that much. So for what I use it for, it's good enough. Floridian is here. Good to see you, sir. One of my other watch buddies. I've seen plenty of 1,000 horsepower cars. There are a few that are running around in this area. Tampa has a lot of them. People, turn the wick up on these cars that were never meant to make that much power, and they they tune them up and build them up, and eventually they find a weak point. Usually they find the weak point in a very spectacular manner, usually a big kaboom. Jay's back. Good. Good to see you, man. Steve Pearson's here. Good to see you, sir. Why do I think 15 miles per gallon on in the city, 25 on the highway is bad? I didn't say it was bad. I just said it was, kind of low. For the type of car that it is, I'll take 15 miles per gallon around town. I don't drive the car that much. So it's not like I'm having to fill the car up twice a week. If I was driving the car every day, like I did for a while when I had my friend staying with me temporarily, I loaned her my car, the Hyundai. I was driving the Saleen daily, and I'd have to fill it up twice a week. But that was back before in the inflation went nuts, and before our current regime decided stupidly to cut off our domestic oil production. So gas prices were relatively reasonable back then. I think well under $2 a gallon, even for premium. Now driving my car around, that car on a daily basis would be at about well over $4 a gallon for that car, and that would not be good. No, I've never dynoed the Hyundai, Lou. I don't see the point. All right. Okay. Yes, it was never cut off. Okay, I misspoke. Cut back. Thank you. I don't understand the question, Jay. What does 2006 have to do with anything? Okay. Maybe I understand now. 2000 up to 2006, the Saleen was my only car, and in 2007, I bought my first Hyundai. Back then, the car was using a different engine and a different transmission, and it was geared. No, it was still geared the same, but the engine and transmission were different, and the car was getting, about 20 miles per gallon around town because it was a lower horsepower engine and it was geared differently in the transmission. So, no, I'd fill up once a week with the old engine. But the reason I went to 2 cars and retired the Saleen to fun car status was because I wanted to modify it and make it more of a fun car, make it more of a weekend car, sometimes a track car, and I did that. And then I had an incident on a track, and I decided that I didn't want to track the car anymore because that incident scared me a lot. So there you go. So I hope everyone had a good 4th of July. We're getting a thunderstorm out there. Well, hopefully it doesn't affect the power. Sometimes that happens. I didn't go anywhere for the 4th of July. I stayed home. I was over at my mom's house for a while. I made her dinner. But I didn't go to see fireworks. There were a lot of people setting fireworks off in this area. It didn't last very long, surprisingly. Usually, fireworks lasted well into the evening. I think fireworks around here lasted about an hour, and then they quit. I guess that's owing to the fact that 4th of July was on a work day, and people around here still work. So that had probably had something to do with it. But it was a nice day. Very hot out. I saw video from the Bayfront area where They usually do a big fireworks display over Sarasota Bay. And the Bayfront area usually gets filled up pretty good. And even though it was in the upper 90s yesterday with a heat index around 110, that whole area was packed out. It looked like everyone had a great time. So, but I didn't go. No, I'm not going to do that, Lou. I'm sure even if I look at it, you'll interpret it differently than me. So why don't you just either make your point or whatever? I'm not going to bother with that. Battle Angel's here. Good to see you, my dear. Oh, hang on. Something interesting. Hold on. Wait a minute. I may have to walk away from the computer for a minute. Yeah, I gotta walk away from the computer for about 30 seconds. Give me a little bit. There we go. Okay. Somebody left a package at my front door, and if it's going to rain, they didn't want the package to get wet, so I just brought it inside. Let's see. No, I'm not going to do that either, Lou, because Lou, I love you to death. I do. But let me be frank with you, sir. I played this game with you years ago. I don't remember what the points were, but what the argument was about, or not the argument, discussion. But I remember a couple of discussions on Facebook where I gave you documented facts from sources that were non-political, that were industry specific, that proved my point, and more to the point, proved that your point was in error, and you didn't believe me. And I've dealt with people similarly to you, where I can prove my point or my side of the story or whatever, time and time again. Unassailable sources, facts, statistics, charts, articles, etc., etc. And I never change the other person's mind. I never get an admission, oh, I was wrong, or change their point of view in any way. So I'm going to stick by my statement that domestic oil production has been cut severely. Oil prices around the world have gone up. Those are two easily demonstrated facts. The price of oil per barrel has gone up since the pandemic occurred. Domestic oil production has been cut since the pandemic occurred. Those are indisputable facts. The price of gasoline has gone up over time as the price of oil has gone up over time. And our dependence on foreign oil has gone up in the past few years, and when it was going down in the few years before that. And those are all indisputable, industry-wide facts. You can look it up on commodities markets. You can look it up on the Bloomberg Mercantile Exchange reports. You can pull data from the New York Stock Exchange. You can pull data from the government itself about inflation, with and without gasoline and food prices. And they will all prove that I'm telling the truth. You're not going to buy it. You're just going to troll. And like I said, Lou, I love you to death, but I'm not playing this game. You don't want to believe that I'm right and you're not? Fine. You want to say that I make shit up? Fine. I'm not making anything up. But you don't want to believe me. Lazim Laden. I'm moving on. Thank you. Let's see. CJ's here. Good to see you. Caleb's here. Good to see you. VicTube's here. Good to see you. And Battle Angel got her oil changed on the RAV4. No, that's good. That's good. I have to. No, wait. I'm due for an oil change on the Hyundai. I think I'm going to wait until after the Slav softball game. Then I should be right at that mileage point. P Digits is here. Good to see you, sir. So, yeah. Let's see. Caleb. Yeah. What did I want to ask Caleb? Yeah. Oh, how's your father, Caleb? How's he doing? Hopefully doing well. Hopefully he's not getting worse. To lose your father at the age you're at would not be a good thing. You need your father around for a good long time, sir. You're too young to be without a pop. Oh, I'm too young. I think I'm too young to be without a father, but that's just me. Yeah. Let's see. We are just a little over 2 weeks away from the Slav softball game. That's pretty good. I know all the teams have been set. Did it end up that Battle Angel is on a different team than Uncle Lou again? Did we get that dynamic once again? I'm looking forward to seeing that, because I understand that the team that Uncle Lou has, that the team that has Uncle Lou on it has a bit of an advantage in the fact that his trash talk game is strong and he can be a bit of a distraction to the other team. So I forgot if he was on Team Fools or Team Raj. I can't remember which. I think he's on Team Raj, isn't he? Caleb says he's doing well, fighting disability for some income, seeing as I can't work. He's having to fight the government. Wonderful. Good luck to him, sir. I just saw on the news last night, local news, there's a local guy, is a Gulf War vet, first Gulf War. Was unfortunately exposed to the burn pits that Saddam Hussein set towards the end of the war to try and slow the military, the U.S. military down, or the Allied military down. And because of that and a few other things, he suffered a stroke. He literally can only say 3 words now: yes, no, and they didn't disclose what the third word was, but it was only 3. And the VA is screwing around, with his benefits. He had to call in one of those special investigative reporters from the local station, the Tampa station, to start harassing the VA to try and get him to, for one thing, to make a decision one way or the other. They haven't even really made a decision yet. They just haven't decided to give him his benefits, but they haven't decided not to. So it's a sad story. It really is a sad story. It breaks your heart that the government the government agency is not treating the veteran the way they're supposed to be. It breaks your heart. It really does. DVD's here. Good to see you, sir. Yeah, but Caleb is right. Just fighting the government for benefits that they're owed by law is just it's terrible. It's disgusting the way people are treated now. Oh, let's see. I've rambled on long enough. I'm going to drop the link for the StreamYard. And remember the one and only rule: you have to cam up so I can see it's you and that you're actually, not a troll. So. Making of a murderer? What? Jay, what are you talking about? Uh-oh. All right, Nate. All right. Hang on. And it's Nate the Great. Who was not late?
Yeah. And I'm on every show, I know.
You're on what?
Yes,
you're on every show.
Yeah.
It's a TV show, says Vic. Making of a Murderer is a TV show. Okay. Well, since I don't watch TV very much, unless it's college football or professional hockey, or sometimes I watch college hockey.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I don't really have it. I don't follow college hockey enough to. Did I say hockey? Oh God. I don't watch college hockey enough to have a favorite team. I would probably default back Boston. To the two places my dad went to college. So either Harvard or Boston University. But
yeah, I was going to say Boston for you. But
oh, Netflix. Okay, that makes sense. I don't have a Netflix account.
Yeah. But
I'm a my pro team is the Boston Bruins. It always has been. I've been watching the Bruins since I was according to my dad, I was watching the Bruins with him and his father when I was 3. So of course I probably didn't pay attention for very long, but And there's the rain. There's the rain. God knows we could use some rain around here. I mean, it's dry.
Well, it's been hot here, so.
Well, hot is a relative term. So now you're in Nebraska, right?
Omaha, yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if hot in Omaha translates to hot like Florida, but
yeah, we don't have the humidity as like Florida or Georgia or wherever, but it can be humid. It can be humid, but not as humid as like I said. But it can be, yeah.
Sir Uga, I beg to differ, sir. Coke Zero is loved universally. The liberals love it. Conservatives love it. I'm sure communists love it. I'm sure lots of people love it. So,
even North Korea.
I mean, I can get political about a lot of things, but Coke Zero. I'm not going to get political about Coke Zero unless they do something really stupid. And Big Vol Daddy says Coke Zero is ass. I'm sorry, BVB. But, shut up. I mean,
yeah.
I prefer the regular Coke. Obviously, that's my favorite soda of all. But it's this has no sugar in it, so I can drink it without feeling guilty. And without worrying about it spiking my numbers. No, Saraga. Coke Zero, unless they do something really stupid marketing-wise, I'm not going to get political about Coke Zero.
But, yeah.
Kevin Cook drinks Coke Zero, and is Kevin Cook a liberal? I don't know what Kevin Cook's politics are, but if he comes in, I'll ask him. I don't know. Kevin Cook doesn't strike me as a liberal, but
I'm a neutral. I don't.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh shit.
Slim, what's up, man?
Number one, Coke Zero is ass. And actually, really, any soda with the name Zero after it, whether it's Coke or anything else, is ass. And why is Uncle Lou on here peddling fake news?
I don't know.
I know. I'm past that. I said what I said, and
yeah. Well, I'm not. Why is he on here peddling fake news? I mean,
to
be perfectly honest with you, he's on here peddling complete retardation. Because I happen to know quite a bit about the oil industry because I spent a lot of years in it.
Wait a minute. I like real Mountain Dew, Sir Ugga, but you got that problem with the sugar, But Mountain Dew is one of my favorite sodas as well. I like it. I've just gotten away from it. The Mountain Dew Zero doesn't taste the same as Mountain Dew. So.
Yeah, it doesn't.
None of them taste the same. They're all ass.
All right. I should highlight that one. BVD says, I drink regular Coke and my sugar is usually on point. And I don't know if Kevin is a liberal or not. Well, when I drink regular Coke, my numbers go up. So.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
But then again, now that I'm on Ozempic instead of glipizide, maybe my numbers wouldn't go up. I don't know. Watch 6'2's here. How are you, sir? I really like that video you did the other day, 6'2, about that vintage Rolex. That was a good video. That was a nice looking watch. So good. Congratulations on getting a hold of that one. Mallard's here.
Uh-oh.
Hey, how does this sound? I hope it's not too echoey. I just got something new.
It's very, very low and echoey.
Damn it.
Vic Tube's here.
Yeah, so what was fake about what Lou was saying?
Go ahead, Slim.
Just because they're drilling holes does not mean oil production is up. And that's exactly the numbers he's looking at. They are still drilling holes. None of them are being pumped out. They're being forced by the federal government to sit on that oil. So they're drilling them, tapping them, and moving on.
Traveling Fools is here. Yo.
And instead of using our own oil,
that
is of grade, because not all oil you pump out of the ground can be turned into gasoline. Obviously, different grades of oil for different shit. But
BVD, first you say Coke Zero is ass, and now you tell me that you're a Canadian and you're putting mayo on ham sandwiches. I'm going to have to kick you out of here if you keep this up.
Well, I mean Nate puts cream cheese on pizza, so I mean.
Well,
yeah, well, Nate's weird. Okay,
I'm not Canadian.
Yeah, what's wrong with putting on a ham sandwich?
Mayo on ham sandwiches is something Canadians do.
Okay.
Yes.
Ham sandwiches are properly dressed with spicy mustard.
I thought Canadians put gravy on French fries.
Well, they do that too. But Canadians put mayonnaise on everything, and it's just a mayo on a turkey sandwich is correct. Mayo on a ham sandwich is incorrect.
I put mustard on basically any sandwich with meat, whether it's ham, turkey, roast beef.
Yeah. Well, that dipped out.
And Swiss cheese is the best cheese there is, and that is an undisputable fact as well.
No, I love Swiss cheese. Swiss cheese on turkey is good. Swiss on ham is good. But when I get ham, I like sharp cheddar.
I didn't say that the sharp cheddar or anything else isn't good. I'm just saying Swiss cheese is the best.
Yes. That Nate, do you put put mayonnaise on your tacos?
Fake news. I don't.
And wait, Nate needs to respond to this.
Now, I do put mustard on my chili dogs. And some
Taco
people call
Bell.
that weird.
I'm being honest. Taco Bell is not real Mexican food.
There you go.
American.
It's not real food, period. But
It's not real food. Yeah.
that's beside the point.
Tastes good, but it's not real Mexican.
Well, I said this on the last stream. I'll say it again on this stream. Taco Bell is the equivalent of, in terms of food, is the equivalent of champagne. It tastes good going in, and it's horrible coming out.
I don't think I've ever had champagne.
Oh,
You're not missing anything.
Yeah,
it's alcohol. It's alcohol with bubbles.
I've had
And
a little bit.
oh.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
Wait a minute. DVD eats
like
ketchup on his fish.
Oh, disgusting.
Now, I've put mustard on my fish.
That's
I don't like it either. Yeah, it's too.
I put cocktail sauce on my fish,
Yeah.
so I guess that's one step above ketchup, I guess.
I put
but
tartar sauce on my fish. There you go.
I've never liked tartar sauce. I just
Tartar.
Tartar.
Vic does whippets with easy cheese. You know what really pisses me off about easy cheese? I'm going to go on a rant here for a few seconds. Indulge. Well, it's my channel, so fuck it. You don't have to indulge me. It pisses me off that at one time there were 4 flavors of that Kraft easy cheese, and one of them was sharp cheddar, which was the best of them, and they haven't made it for fucking years, and they don't think they're ever going to make it anymore, and that pisses me off.
They don't make sharp cheddar cheese whiz anymore.
Yeah, I mean that stuff is great. You don't have to refrigerate it. It comes out, the little can. You just push the nozzle, and it comes out on a cracker, and it tastes good.
Yeah, and you want to know what shaves years off of your life? Fucking meat and cheese out of a can.
Oh, disgusting.
I don't eat meat out of a can. I try not to do that.
Cheese is probably worse. I'm not going to lie. I would probably trust Spam before I would trust cheese out of a can.
Oh, God.
Wait a minute. Now, I've had malt vinegar on fish and chips. Well, just the fish part. I don't know about malt vinegar on a steak.
No, I do not do that, sir. He's putting fake news out.
No.
I do. I put nothing on my steak. I just eat them plain.
Well, BVD has finally redeemed himself slightly with that comment. So thank you, sir.
What did he say?
He said tartar sauce nasty AF. And he spelled tard with TARD capitalized.
Yeah, whereas tartar is supposed to be spelled like tartar, right? Yeah.
So I'll go pick up on that.
Tartar sauce. There we go.
Baltards.
I thought that the tartar was the stuff that you get on your teeth. But.
Sir Ugga must have spent time in Hawaii for a while if he thinks that Spam is outstanding. And I don't know the answer to this question. Why do they call fries chips?
That I don't know, because they're not Americans. There you go.
I take a similar stance with Britain with pretty much everything. We fought a war a couple hundred years ago not to give a fuck why they do what they do.
There you go.
I saw
about just that cookies or biscuits, yeah.
Wait a minute. Traveling Fools.
Look,
that pretty wife of yours makes Spam soup.
What?
The fuck are you talking about?
Spam soup.
I guess we finally found the second flaw that Traveling Fool's wife has. The first
Really?
flaw being that you marry traveling fools.
See what y'all are doing is proving how not poor y'all been in your lives.
Damn.
There's a reason people hate spam. It's because they had to grow up eating that shit.
I mean, I've eaten spam before. The problem with the spam is it's just so. I mean, it's greasy when you fry it, but it just comes out of the can. It's like it's coated in an oil or something. It's like it's not.
Well, some meats just
it's
are.
not palatable.
Deer meat's real greasy when you cook it.
Battle Angel says her kids love spam.
Oh.
Okay. I never gave it to my kids. I don't know if my ex-wife ever gave it to them, but I never even thought about giving that to them. They love bacon, though. I mean, I'm not a big bacon eater unless it's on a cheeseburger, but they love bacon.
Well, that's good. Well, you're not supposed to eat bacon anyway, so.
Oh, is this a Jewish thing now?
Yeah.
Bacon is an essential food group.
Yeah, but I'm not. I don't keep kosher, Vic. I mean, I eat ham sandwich. I eat ham. I eat shellfish. I mix meat and dairy together. I mean, I'm not keeping kosher though. Brad Pitt posted a lie.
You mix what and dairy together?
Meat and dairy.
What? You can't mix meat and dairy?
Like cheese. Like Philly cheese.
There's a lot of weird kosher laws out there.
Yeah, you should look up the kosher law. You know, Vic, I'm going to give you a homework assignment. You should look up some of the kosher laws and report back to us next week.
I mean, it's in the Bible, so.
Yeah. Yes, but you can find it online outside of the Bible.
In Genesis or Leviticus. Yeah.
Well,
I think it's in
a lot of the kosher stuff isn't really in the King James.
No, it's in the Old Testament.
Leviticus, but yeah.
The good stuff, yeah. Wait a minute. Jalapeno Vienna sausages are the fools. There's something wrong with you, sir.
There's no such thing as a good Vienna sausage.
If I were king of the planet for a day, I would outlaw all Vienna sausage.
Really, what's wrong with Vienna sausage?
Have you ever eaten one?
Yeah.
They taste horrible, and they have the texture of them. It's like putting mush in your mouth. It's terrible.
What about I don't know if you have those barbecue places that has like sausage, like a 3-meat menu, whatever it's called, that when you ever go into a barbecue place, and I don't know if you like sausage or like cheddar cheese and sausage when they slice it up and stuff.
What?
Never mind.
Well, Saleen, what are your thoughts on bologna then?
First of all, I'm looking at this
bologna
from BVD, and I'm thinking that there is something. You know, when they did one of the surgeries on BVD, they nicked his brain. There's something wrong with you, sir. Now, what was my thought on bologna? I'm not a huge fan of it, but sometimes I think I would like to have a fried bologna and cheese sandwich.
Right? No, I think that bologna is bologna, but yeah.
Fried bologna. Grab some Oscar Mayer bologna and
so why is
some sharp cheddar and fried bologna.
Spelled like bologna.
Huh?
Why is bologna spelled like bologna?
Bologna. I don't know. You'd have to ask the people who created this stuff. I lost Slim. He'll be back. Hang on a minute. This is a lie. Vienna sausage is not peasant food. Vienna sausage is, semi-solid baby food. I mean, come on.
Semi-solid baby food.
I did not grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth. It was actually.
Did you eat semi-solid baby food, Saleen?
When I was a baby, yeah. Oh hell, I grew up on bologna sandwiches, hot dogs, cheeseburgers.
I love cheeseburgers.
Peasant food, Jesus Christ! Are we really going to do this?
Yes, we're gonna do this.
Yeah.
Jesse was texting me. Let me see. Jerry Wells is here. There was a time for years when Subway sold their wrong there cold cut combo, which included bologna for $3.99 for a football. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
but
right.
I don't go to Subway anymore. They lost me when they signed that purple-haired chick.
No, maybe no, my mom.
Who's
Alex Morgan.
Oh, whatever that purple-haired chick from
That
the
was,
women's soccer team that hates America and hates men. Sorry. And besides, Publix is a better sub anyway.
Isn't that the soccer chick?
Yeah. Alex.
Hate. She's a little tiny ball of hate. Terrible person. Saleen doesn't like Vienna sausage because it reminds him of. Shut up.
She's a Marxist.
She's a communist.
She is a Marxist, but that's beside the point.
Oh, I don't know what that means.
No, a Marxist.
No, I said cheeseburgers, not hamburgers. But what's wrong with a cheeseburger? And hot dog. I love chili dogs.
Ooh,
nice Hebrew National on a bun. Put some good chili on it. Sprinkle some cheddar cheese and some onions on it, and then dig in. This is true. Boar's Head does make a good bologna. Or bologna.
Bologna.
Thank you, Aga. Publix does have the best subs now for the price. Yeah. I just, I stopped eating Subway subs mostly because of Publix subs. I mean, when I discovered Publix subs, it'll change your life, I'm telling you. And another place that makes good subs is Jersey Mike.
Yeah, Jersey Mike's. Yep. Be a sub.
And Jersey, and I'll even say something, even more controversial.
What?
Because I don't live in Philly, and I don't have a decent Philly cheesesteak in the area, except for Jersey Mike. Jersey Mike makes, in my area, the best cheesesteaks going.
Yeah, I agree.
At least the bread is pretty good too.
Yeah.
What is this? Vienna sausage envy.
What the hell is that?
Well, that's related to this numbnuts comment. So evidently, I have Vienna sausage envy.
Oh, Lord. Sir.
No, I love ramen noodles. I do. Matter of fact, give me a minute. Yeah. Matter of fact, give me a second. I'll be right back.
Hey, Vic, what team are you? Never mind. You're not on a team on the softball team.
Right? Yeah. I'm not playing. Yeah.
Okay, hang on.
Sorry, I forgot about that.
Yeah, this is my preferred ramen.
Oh.
One of these little bowls. Delicious. But instead of water, I use chicken broth.
Huh.
And it tastes really, really good. And I add a little bit of chili paste to it. Delicious. So no, I do not hate ramen. I love ramen. These things make a great snack.
Mm-hmm.
Especially at 3 a.m. when your brain won't shut off and it keeps you awake, which mine does constantly.
So.
Fine. Har. Whatever. How would you know?
Hard. Where did Slim go? I guess he must have gone through
He must have hit a bad cell or something. Why is it that every other guy in here takes pot shots at that thing? I mean, really, you guys can do no better than make wisecracks about whether or not that thing works.
Rick said that public spread is harder than SaleenDriver on any given day of the week, but that means
Damn.
that it's not hard. That would make the public spread soft.
At 2, Vic, really? Thank you. That's 3. I owe him 3 more.
Oh yeah. Are you wearing pants, Saleen?
I am always wearing pants.
That's good. So except for that one time, but
y'all never gonna let me forget it. But yes, I embarrassed myself, And
well, I mean, at least you were in your underwear. I mean,
yeah, thank God for that.
At least you were.
Sometimes I'm not, Vic. Sometimes I'm.
At least you were wearing briefs. At least you weren't total.
Sometimes I'm commando. and then Sir Uga once again proves that the mainstream media has brainwashed him. Israel is not attacking; it is defending itself from attack, sir.
That's right. Yeah, its neighbors attacked first, so
as they usually do, because
they attack.
Yeah, if it were up to me, I'd say Israel should carpet bomb the entire area and eliminate the problem, but they don't do that because they believe in life.
That's right. They did get attacked first, yeah, twice, but yeah.
I don't understand this one. When did you realize that got out and how you felt? I mean, huh?
That you got out of where?
Got out of what?
Out of what? I don't know.
And put that one in timeout too. All right, 4 down, 2 to go. There we go.
Really, who'd you put in timeout?
Shippies.
Well, all I said was you turn your camera on because you had racing stripes on your underwear. Okay.
Yeah. No, of course not. Oh, there's a good question. Who brought the booger sugar to the White House? Oh, well, that question is that question is obvious. I mean, it was obviously Hunter.
Oh, okay. So I get it. He said, "This is what Jerry was saying about the."
Yes, he was talking about the
with no pants, right? That BVD made into a stinger. Yeah. Yeah, you want to know?
I got no control over that. I mean, everyone in this community has done something stupid and had a stinger made out of it, and hey, I had one made too. So, okay, I can laugh at myself. I did a dumb, and I got caught, and I did a dumb, and people found some amusement in it, and
Yeah,
I can't undo it, sir. So,
I've had a few that have been made into stingers, but yeah.
I did not visit the White House, Mr. Sanchez. I haven't been to Washington, D.C. in probably about 30 years.
Right, yeah, I did. Yeah, I visited the White House, but yeah.
But I find it interesting. I'm not saying that he did it or he didn't, but I do find it interesting that they found what they found. They found cocaine in the White House. Pardon me. And Hunter had recently been to the White House.
So they found Hunter
in the West Wing, which is where the family is. The family area is the West Wing. So I find it interesting. That's all.
Hunter brought some coke into the White House.
I'm not saying he did. I'm not saying he did.
But
I'm not saying he didn't. But I'm not saying he did. All I'm saying is I find it interesting that the West Wing is where the cocaine was found. The West Wing is where the family resides.
Yes.
And Hunter is part of the family.
Yes.
And Hunter was recently in the White House. And, A plus B plus C equals
D. Yep.
Coke. So
plus.
I'm just saying the facts, the facts that we have. They found cocaine in the White House. It was in the West Wing where the family resides. Hunter is part of the family, and Hunter was recently in the White House. Now, are those four things directly related? I don't know. But the fun part is we will never know. We will never find out because it's this White House, it's Hunter, and there's this little thing they do in Washington, especially among Democrats, called cover-up. So I don't know. I just find the series of coincidences interesting. I just go with that. It's interesting to me.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say about that.
Okay.
It's interesting. I don't know why everyone's hating on Coke Zero. I really don't.
I don't either.
Well, I mean, if you found cocaine in your house, I mean, you would want to cover it up too. So.
No, I would want to find out who brought it into my house because it sure wasn't me. I would want to find out who did it.
Yeah, me too. What if you knew who did it?
Well, then I would say to that person, and I don't care if that person was friend or foe or family, don't do that again.
Yeah.
And if it was was a member of my family, then I would have an extra long talking to them about it because
don't smoke crack.
They're people I care about.
Yep, don't smoke crack. Yep.
Yeah, crack is whack.
What the hell did I miss?
Somebody asked about the cocaine in the Traveling Fools asked who brought the booger sugar to the White House. And so I was laying out a couple of known facts about the whole thing. The fact that they have confirmed it's cocaine. They confirmed it was found in the West Wing where the family resides. Hunter was in the White House recently.
Yes. Yes.
And what was the other point?
Yes,
and he's been known to partake in cocaine a time or two.
He's also been known to take part in cocaine. Yes.
Yes. So, you can add them up and you can come up to whatever conclusion you want. I'm not saying that Hunter did it, but I'm not saying that he didn't do it. I'm just saying that the series of events and the series of facts.
It's a safe assumption.
Well, they kind of line up nicely, but that's as far as I can go with that. And of course, Republicans have covered things up, Sir Uga, but Republicans aren't in control of the White House right now, are they?
They're not.
If they were, we wouldn't be in a lot of the shit we're in. But that's another subject entirely. For instance, our oil production would be higher and our gas prices would be lower and our inflation would be lower, but they're not because they're not.
Well, let's also don't at all absolve them of their part in the inflation. When you just hit the copy button over and over and over again at the Treasury, that's what causes inflation.
I agree completely. Republican Party is just as culpable in our current economic problems as the demon rats.
Well, at least give them this much: Republicans' economic policies tend to work. Liberals always seem to fail.
Yeah, Jay, there was that thing last year at Coca-Cola that leaked out. They got roasted for it. And Big Ball Daddy, you and Nate, you and Vic will be happy to know I am currently taking a massive.
You're taking what? You're taking a what?
He's taking a shit.
Who is? Nate is?
No, not me.
Oh, BVD is. Okay.
And BVD with that post proves that the man has no shame at all.
I think shame is overrated.
You're welcome, Uga. I am an equal opportunity critic of both sides of the political spectrum. But everyone thinks that because I am a conservative, I won't criticize the Republican Party. Incorrect. I just find that there's more to criticize about the Democrat or the Social Democrat Party than the Republican Party at this time in history, because the Social Democrat are in power and their belief system does not line up at all with mine.
Hell, if we can get a libertarian candidate that's not a, half-baked hippie, I'd probably fucking vote for him.
And let's see, TF, I addressed that question. And you can hear you laughing on him, Nate. Vic got incredibly interested about me.
Yeah, I did.
That's not a good thing, sir.
Shit.
And Sir Uga's being unkind.
Well, if you leave the message up for longer than a half a second, somebody might be able to read it.
Oh, sorry.
I'm not laughing at that, Sir Uga. I'm laughing at the fact that your troll is nowhere near as good as Lou's.
And Traveling Fools is absolutely correct with this statement. Clowns to the left, jokers to the right. And we're all stuck in the middle suffering with you.
Yep.
Dude, I would absolutely love to see Mitch McConnell after he hits a bump of cocaine. I think
You would love to see Mitch McConnell what?
After he hits a
What?
barrel of cocaine.
I would just love to see Mitch McConnell, fired.
You see that, Vic?
Yep, I think we all would. We all see
That
or retired. Yeah.
You're breaking up, Slim.
So we'd all love to see him either fired or retired.
yeah.
And Rick Sanchez actually stumbled on
He's going out of
a
politics
truth.
too, but I'm just talking about for entertainment purposes. I think Mitch McConnell would be very entertaining after hitting a line of cocaine.
Damn.
It might wake him up. Vic needs mud grips to visit San Francisco.
Oh yeah.
We definitely in the streets of San Francisco. You're going to need off-road tires for your chairs.
Did I hear right that that Pelosi's finally retiring?
I don't know. Did Smirnoff Vodka offer her a board position or something like that?
Who?
Nancy
Pelosi.
No. Who offered her a board position?
Smirnoff.
Okay. Yeah, I don't get it.
Well,
Smirnoff makes vodka.
Yeah, I know.
Nancy Pelosi is a well-known drunk.
Okay.
She's practically pickled herself on vodka at this stage of her life. Between the vodka and the dentures, she can barely speak.
Pickled herself.
And can we get all these damn stroke patients out of the Capitol Hill too? That'd be great.
I wish they'd term limit these pieces of crap. I mean, the
I
only
would too.
person in D.C. that's got a term limit is the president.
Yep.
That's wrong.
That's
You
right.
should term limit the House to 8 years total, and term limit the Senate to 2 6-year terms total.
Well, no, I think the only way to fix the Senate is to repeal the 17th Amendment.
Well, yes, that's obvious, but that's probably almost impossible.
What's the 17th Amendment?
Before the 17th Amendment, go ahead, Slim.
Well, you didn't used to vote for senators. They used to be appointed by state legislatures.
Okay.
Right. And the 17th Amendment abolished the appointment process of senators and made them directly electable by the people.
And why is that bad?
Well, it sort of took away the power of it took away a lot of the state's power and transferred it to the federal government, because it was the states that created the body of the Senate, not the
people. But yeah.
So you basically diminish the power of the states and increase the power of the federal government.
Yes, you also increase the power of the people too. But since they're elected,
No, not really.
Guess what? Not really. You vote for your state legislature, don't you, Vic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then you vote for your state legislature, so in essence, you're voting for your senator as well.
Right.
And on top of it, before the 17th Amendment, the process to, for lack of a better word, recall a senator, they could be dismissed by the state legislature basically at a moment's notice.
Yep.
Which I think works a little bit better when you have somebody up there that's not doing what they're supposed to do.
We've done a lot of damage to ourselves in the amendment process.
Right. Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who I vote for the state legislature, because the Republican is gonna always win anyway. So.
Well, no, I mean, you've got two Marxists as senators in your state now.
rural districts, so So
Well, I mean, Georgia now has 2
red.
Marxists in the U.S. Senate,
What
and
does that
you
mean, Vic?
basically got a rhino Republican running your government.
Celine.
Red
Hang on, Celine. Vic, what does it matter? There are rural districts around me that are blue districts.
Okay,
So
well,
what does it matter if it's rural?
I live in a deeply red district, so.
Well, Georgia
That's the great
slowly
thing about the
flipping.
process. That's the absolutely amazing thing about the process. If you don't like living in a red area, we live in the most mobile society in the history of the world. You can move out of it now.
Yeah, and don't worry, Vic. Georgia is going purple very soon, and I have a feeling that Georgia is going to be lost to the Republican.
The peace and quiet of living out here.
Meh.
Georgia is going to be a blue state fairly soon. I mean, you've got a rhino Republican as a governor. The only thing stopping it going completely blue is the state legislature. But as Metro Atlanta gains more and more power in the state, it'll go bluer and bluer, and pretty soon it'll be another Marxist hellhole.
Yeah,
so
but
don't worry about it.
Celine, they've got as much chance of that state turning blue as Texas or Tennessee. None of those things.
I don't know. Texas is a lot of their big cities are blue areas now.
Not really. Dallas, Fort Worth is still very red. Austin's always been blue. San Antonio's still very red.
Dave,
Who's that?
I'm really worried about Texas with all that influx of Californians. I mean, hopefully they're the good Californians that want to get the hell out of a Marxist shithole. But I worry that just like I worry in the state of Florida, a lot of the Northeasterners. I'm not worried about the Midwesterners coming down. I'm worried about the Northeasterners coming down to Florida and not changing their voting patterns.
But aren't you a Northeasterner though?
That's true.
Yeah, but we migrated to Florida in '72, for God's sake. Back in the '70s, even the Northeast was still somewhat sane.
But Celine, Florida has gotten redder over the past couple of years, even, and you've had that influx going on. So, I mean, you're not really seeing what you're talking about.
Right. So they must.
I know we're not seeing that in Florida. I'm worried that you could see it in Florida. You could see it in Texas.
Right.
You're already seeing it in Arizona.
They must be the good kind, right, Celine?
Well, so far. And yes, CJ, I think Kemp is a rhino. I don't think he's as conservative as he should be.
Kemp is a rhino.
Rhino, Republican in name only.
Yeah, I know. I was saying that's funny though, but yeah.
I just worry about these migration patterns from liberal states to conservative states, and so far, most of the people that are leaving are fairly conservative, and that's a good thing for those states. But eventually, even the liberals are going to say, "I'm tired of living under a state with 13% income tax and idiotic rules that are absolutely maddening to try and obey," and they're going to start leaving for the red states, but they're not going to change their voting patterns. Now, I hope I'm wrong, but time will tell.
Right. So
if we conservatives lose Texas, we'll never have a nationally elected Republican again.
That's not happening.
They're gonna say.
I hope not.
Oh yeah.
But these are the things that keep me up at night.
So basically, is every Republican that Trump that Trump hates is a rhino?
I didn't say that. I don't rely on Donald Trump for my political opinions.
Trump doesn't like Kemp.
No, he doesn't. I don't like Kemp either. But the fact that Trump doesn't like Kemp has nothing to do with the fact that I'm not thrilled with Kemp.
Yes, but That's the simple-minded liberal argument you hear, especially out of Lou all the time. Well, Donald Trump supports X, so you must too. No.
You know, let me say this. I've been doing the political thing.
Why do you care?
For a long time.
Hey, Saleen,
Since
why
the early 80s.
Hey, Saleen, why do you care? You don't even live in Georgia.
Because Georgia has electoral votes that are critical to a presidential election.
No, I
but
meant.
You're right. I don't care about Georgia as much as I used to because I don't live there. But I got a lot of friends that live in Georgia.
No, I meant.
And I don't want to see them suffer.
No, I meant about Kemp, but yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, Kemp as governor of Georgia doesn't affect my life.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It would have if I stayed there, but right now I'm more worried about who's going to come in replacement of Ron DeSantis in 2026.
Oh.
And hopefully
Right.
they're molding and working on a few people that can be continuations of DeSantis in 26.
Okay, yeah.
But
so what makes
we'll
Brian Kemp a rhino?
I listen to what he says, and I don't think he's terribly conservative.
Okay, yeah. So what makes someone a rhino?
Well, they say and do all these. They say the right things to get voted for by conservatives, and then they immediately move to the middle, the squishy middle, when they start governing. Yes, CJ, I believe DeSantis is more conservative than Kemp. Yeah. And I believe that most Republican or most conservatives would say that DeSantis is more conservative than Kemp. Yeah. I'm not saying Kemp is in the Romney or the Susan Collins mold, or the what's that idiot up in Alaska? What's her name?
Sarah Palin.
No. Palin's a conservative. Murkowski is her name. These are rhino Republicans. These are basically Democrats.
She used to be the governor of Alaska, but she's not anymore.
Yeah. Oh, she's retired, I guess. Yeah. I wish I was sponsored by Pfizer there, Rick. I would love that kind of money in my.
Why does he wish it?
I don't know. He's because Pfizer is one of those companies that profited hugely off the pandemic.
Yeah, I know that, but why would you want to be sponsored by Pfizer?
Because they got lots of money, and I like money.
Right, you're gonna sell out. Yeah.
No, probably not. But hey, Pfizer makes more than just the Wu flu vaccine. They make all kinds of fun stuff.
Okay.
Including the little blue pill. But of course, that's no longer under patent, so you can buy that generically.
The little blue. Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's funny. Whenever somebody brings up Pfizer, I always remember my across the street neighbor, Rick. This was back when I was married and I was living in my dream house. And my across the street neighbor was Rick. He was a really nice guy. All of a sudden, he decided to switch jobs and became a pharmaceutical rep for Pfizer. And that was right after they came out with the little blue pill. And all of a sudden, he became very popular in the neighborhood.
And have you ever taken the little blue pill?
Yeah, I tried it once. No, I didn't really need it, but I wanted to try it, and my wife got me one from Rick, and she handed it to me and said, "Let's see what happens."
And then what happened?
I got a massive headache. I mean, right here, it hurt like a son of a bitch. Just a massive migraine style headache, but it worked. I mean, damned if it didn't work. I mean, as advertised.
But it gave you a bad headache though. So I mean,
because it drains blood from you. God, Jesus.
yeah,
Do you
I
not
know.
know how that shit
because
works, Vic? I mean,
because
Drains
every
blood
because every
and
drug
puts
has a
it
side
somewhere
effect.
else. Yeah, because it
it's a
drains
side
blood
effect.
and puts it
There's some of the
somewhere
side
else.
effects. Some of the side effects of that drug are headaches and blurred vision,
Blurred vision.
and believe it or not, backaches.
Well, I mean, I guess blurred vision is okay, but
Hey, good to see you, Unclean Hands.
hey, I guess
Now that's a guy right there. Hold on a minute, Vic. There's a genre of channels out there on YouTube that some of you may be aware of, some of you are not, but there's a genre of channels like Unclean Hands that take videos from other channels, mostly these Sov sits and Moors and auditors and idiot channels like that, and they replay those videos and comment over them. And Unclean Hands does a great job with that. He finds these videos all over the place, and he's really funny with his commentary about these channels. And if you're interested in that type of stuff, I would go over to his channel, sub him up, and watch some of these videos. You would not believe how stupid some of these people are. These First Amendment auditors, these Sov sits. That believe that laws don't apply to them and they don't need licenses and registrations and insurance, because stupid reasons, and they're stupid as hell, and Unclean Hands and channels like him make it funny. So just
I don't think you should be
head
forced
over
by
there,
law
man.
to have insurance.
And Rick Sanchez says, I never let him borrow sugar. I don't even know what that means.
fully
Now, see the whole
dealership won't let you
Pfizer
buy
thing.
a car without insurance.
The whole Pfizer thing is where me and Saleen would probably differ, because, and I get Saleen's point that Pfizer profited immensely from the pandemic, but the only reason they were able to is because of the government.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree.
So I don't necessarily think Pfizer is in the wrong there. I think the people that gave Pfizer that ability is.
I don't think Pfizer's in the wrong for making money on creating medications that they create. I mean, they invest billions and billions of dollars in creating drugs. Everything from Viagra to the chopstick sick vaccine and everything in between. And you know what? I mean, it costs tons and tons of money to create those drugs, and most of them do good things for a lot of people. Some of them do bad things to some people, but then again, you could say the same about almost every pharmaceutical or even over the counter stuff. You takes your drug, and you should be aware of the side effects. I mean, like, I recently started taking Ozempic. I think I've made that fairly clear. I'm on my 3rd month of the ramp up process where I'm taking my full dose now. And I knew the side effects going. I did my research before, I mean, my endocrinologist suggested look into it, see if your insurance will pay for it, of course. But look into it, look at the side effects and all that, and see if it's something you want to take. And I did my research, and I said, I think I can handle the side effects. And fortunately, they're minor and tolerable. Wait a minute. Yeah, good point. I saw that. I saw your video on that earlier, Unclean Hands. You know, that imposter probably showed up because of your GoFundMe. He's probably trying to get in on your GoFundMe.
There you go.
Bastard. Yeah. I would, but I mean, but the Ozempic is doing for me what it advertises as doing. But I looked at the side effects. I said, okay, I hope I don't get most of these, and I didn't. But if I get a couple of these, I think I can handle it, and I can. So
Yeah.
No, I got nothing against Pfizer making their money. That's capitalism, my friends. That's the way it is. You invest money in a product, and you create it, you research it, you develop it, you test it, it gets approved for market, and then you make your money back. I mean, what is wrong with that? What is wrong with the profit? I have no problem with the profit. If anything, I do have a problem with the fact that these pharmaceuticals, with respect to the vaccine, the COVID vaccine, I have a problem with them getting immunity from the government for being sued for bad outcomes. I think that's wrong. That part is wrong, but I have no problem with Pfizer making their money.
Well,
I have no problem
think they
with,
got. I think the only reason they got that immunity was because a lot of people were planning on. A lot of people were planning on a blanket mandate for it. And, I agree that if the government's going to mandate it, that, no, you shouldn't be able to sue Pfizer over it. But
Sanchez, back away from the crack pipe, please. Your comments are making less and less sense than normal today. No idea what he's talking about.
crack is wax, sir.
Yeah, I don't even own jorts anymore. What are you talking? I gave those up a decade ago. Well, maybe not a decade, but
A decade ago. What was it? More than a decade, or
it was less than a decade, but not by much.
There you go.
I think at some point, at some point, I just said, this is not how adults should be dressing.
So you were wearing jorts in 2013.
No.
Yes.
I don't know.
It's been less than a decade. So
maybe. I don't know.
2013.
I know by 2015 I was done with them.
Right. So you were wearing jorts in 2013.
I don't know. I don't know. I can't say I was. I can't say I wasn't. If I find a picture from 2013 that shows me wearing jorts, I'll own up to it. But right now I'm saying probably not. But whatever. And timeout.
No, that wasn't very nice, Saleen.
I'm not a very nice man. Besides, I owe him 6 timeouts. You see, I made a bargain with myself, Slim, because I'm a moderator on a lot of other channels in this community. But everyone, not everyone, but most of them were complaining, I'm timing out too many people on not my channel. So when I went away recently and came back after 3 months, thank you again, by the way, Vic, for holding down the fort. I said, I'm not going to do that anymore unless it's really egregious. I'm not going to time other people out on not my channel. So Shippies, when he makes cracks about, Hyundai driver or whatever, by the way,
yes, but I read his
I've cleared my
comment, and it's
backlog on
probably
Shippies
true.
timeouts. So now when Shippies makes idiot comments about my Hyundai driver or whatever, I just whack him up.
Okay, but that's not what he said. The statement he said is probably true.
No, it's not true, and it's my channel, so I can time out who I want. It would be a safe
assumption that it's true.
No, it's not true. And it's my channel. I can do what I want. You do what you want on your channel. I'll do what I want on my channel.
I don't do much of anything on mine.
Well, I'm just saying. Oh, this is good news. Good news.
What?
My friend Unclean Hands, his imposter just got his channel terminated.
That's good.
That is good. So, yeah. But, Jay understands what's going on. He knows I love him, so I'll leave him alone after a while. But if you're gonna be an asshole, if you're gonna be a jackass, and what is this? I don't understand this. You made the sticky note honor roll shipping. Oh, okay, sticky note. Okay, I misread that one. It was in smaller print. So, yeah. My elbow hurts. What is Korean? Oh, Hyundai. Yeah, Hyundai is Korean, Nate.
No, I said never mind. It was Karen.
I'd say, can you not read? That clearly says Karen, not Korean.
Oh, that looked like Korean. No, I guess. Well, I know I need new glasses. I need to make an appointment and
now we
get
all know
my
you
eyes
need new
checked.
glasses.
Well, he's right. I mean, Hyundai is a Korean company, but
Oh my God, Vic.
Karen and Korean are awful close when it's in like 6-point font on one screen over here, and I can't read it very well.
well, I mean, it's true. That's funny. It's like when you misread something, but it turns out to be correct. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It turns out to be a true fact.
I need to make an appointment and get my eyes. I should be getting my eyes checked every year anyway, so I know that. So it's past time to get.
You should get a pair of Potter glasses.
I mean, right now, I'm sure that my camera looks clear to everybody, right? But to me, it looks
fair.
Like fuzzy.
Is it fair to call them a Korean car company because most of their cars are made over here?
And
I don't think Hyundai makes cars in America. I think they're all made in
I'd
Korea.
be surprised.
Japanese.
Everybody else does at this point.
Japan has.
You know what? I'm gonna look that up. Hang on.
Celine.
There's a Nissan and a Toyota plant within a 3 hours drive of my house.
Yeah, they do it to avoid the tariffs.
The hell?
Huh.
Yeah, they do it to avoid the tariffs. Yeah.
I don't think we have any tariffs against Japan at present.
Okay, well, I guess they make them here. So there's a lot of land here, I guess, to build.
I could be wrong. As far as I know, we don't have any tariffs against Japan. And I know a lot of people are in favor of
on imports of automobiles.
I know a lot of people are in favor of putting a tax on all imports, but
imports of automobiles.
Actually, it looks like some Hyundais are made in America.
Yeah.
Of course.
How about that?
In general,
I don't know if mine is.
I'm not a fan of tariffs or putting exorbitant taxes on imports because we're the ones that end up paying it. So really, all you end up doing is taxing the American people that way.
Right.
I think if trade between two countries is done fairly, and one side isn't using every dirty trick in the book to prevent the other side's goods from entering the country.
Right. Well, of course,
no, I don't think there should be tariffs. But if you have a situation where, like China, for example, makes it incredibly difficult to bring in for American goods to be imported and sold in that country, then reciprocatory tariffs to either make them, come back to the negotiating table and stop the selling.
Well, we used to use tariffs to protect what they called infant industries, right?
Now, I remember back in many years ago,
that
I'm
was
not sure,
like the 1800s.
maybe Slim might remember this, but maybe most of you don't. There was, during the Reagan administration, there was a tariff put on all Japanese motorcycles. I think it was over 750cc motor engines. And that was basically a tariff created by the Reagan administration to protect Harley Davidson,
There you
which
go.
was on its ass
There you
and
go.
about to go out of business.
Yes, there you go.
And that tariff saved Harley.
They had to save Harley from Yamaha, right? Or
Well, it was more than Yamaha.
I'm not-
There were a whole bunch of them.
yeah.
And I know what you're talking about. I'm not a fan of it. If Harley
Or,
makes
or
bad decisions
Suzuki or-
and Harley makes a bad product and they go out of business because of it, that's their problem.
yeah, that's
No, I agree. I agree with that. And at the time, I did not agree with the Reagan tariff on Japanese bikes. Harley needed to learn to compete in a new environment, and they weren't responding. And that's what happened to Chrysler.
And you're saying
Chrysler was being murdered in the marketplace because they wouldn't shift their product lines to what the market wanted, and the government had to come and bail them out. And GM during the Marxist Muslim administration, same with GM. Government bought out.
All of them got bailed out, including Ford.
No, Ford did not.
Yes, Ford did.
Yes, Ford did. Yeah, everybody got bailed
really
out.
didn't.
Saleen, yes, Ford did.
How?
They didn't receive government funding to stay afloat. They were just the
No, they
first
didn't.
ones to pay it back. Yes, they did.
I don't
You are
believe you.
8,000% wrong.
Yeah,
I'm
I watched it
still
happen.
not believing you without some kind of citation,
Don't tell
sir.
me it didn't happen.
Okay. I'll give Ford this much. They were the first ones to pay it back. I'll give them that, but they took a bailout same as everybody else.
I'm not buying that. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It was a mistake. It was a mistake during the Iacocca
Always a mistake.
regime at Chrysler, and it was a mistake during the GM bailout and the Chrysler bailout. They got bailed out again, and then they got bought out by Fiat. Yeah, it was Fiat.
No, Chrysler bought out Fiat.
I thought it was the other way around.
Nope.
Oh wait. Before that, they got bought out by Daimler-Benz. That was a mistake the Germans made. They shouldn't have done that.
See, Travis Fulls agrees with you, Saleen.
No, he agrees with Slim.
Oh,
Yeah, he said Ford paid it back. And they did. I'm not knocking. I'm not going to knock Ford for paying it back. Congrats. They were the first ones to do it.
Yeah.
Now, I kind of understand it with GM a little bit because they didn't want a foreign company buying out GM and then getting the U.S. was basically trying to keep the specs to the Hummers under wraps.
There you go.
And now, okay, if you want to do that, I can see you protecting that, but not the whole company.
Okay. In September 2009, Ford entered into an agreement with the DOE and borrowed $5.9 billion as part of a loan program to finance automotive projects. Slightly different than a bailout, but okay.
They're all supposed to pay it back.
I stand partially corrected.
Yeah, whatever.
It was not a bailout. It was a loan.
Yes, it was.
Different.
It was a fucking bailout, same as
It
everybody
was not
else.
classified as a
Everybody was on their
bailout.
ass.
It was classified as Department of Energy loan for development of new cars.
Guess what? That's what they were all classified as.
No, GM was classified as a buyout, a bailout. That's why they changed their name. They unofficially changed their name to Government Motors. But Ford did pay it back, and good on Ford for doing it. So, as I said, I stand partially corrected.
Corrected.
And Saleen, did you see the Ford versus Ferrari movie yet, or not yet?
I have it. It's in my back there. It's in my DVD stack. I don't know why I haven't watched it because I love that story. I think my main problem is I'm trying to get over the idea of Matt Damon playing Carroll Shelby.
I mean, he
Yeah.
does a good
Yeah,
job.
well,
at things.
before that movie's over, you'll want to murder Christian Bale.
Uh-oh.
Was Christian
Oh, he
Bale?
absolutely. Yes, Christian Bale is in that movie and absolutely shits on the Mustang when it first came out.
Wait a minute.
Really?
Christian
Oh,
Bale,
come on.
did he play Ken Miles?
I
Yep.
believe.
Yep.
Yeah.
Stop spoiling it.
Or it is.
Well, no, I know that Ken Miles was no fan of the Mustang. Most people at the time thought the Mustang was kind of a joke because it was
Right, what
basically
who's
it was
who?
basically a Ford Falcon. And Ford Falcon was a family car. So there were a lot of people that thought the Mustang was going to fall on its ass because they tried to make a GT muscle car thing out of a Ford Falcon.
The
Yeah, well, they half-assed tried to make a muscle car because they could have done a whole lot better than the 289 they originally put in it because it was a piece of junk.
Yeah, but it sold like crazy. And Sanchez, what do I feel about Henry Ford? I know who Henry Ford was. Henry Ford died decades before I was born, and the culture of Ford was changed with his death. So, yes, I know Henry Ford was a rabid anti-Semite and all that. You know. And I also know that Mercedes, Volkswagen, and BMW and Audi all contributed to the Nazi war effort, yet there are thousands and thousands and thousands of Jews nowadays driving around in those very same cars. I also know that Bayer Pharmaceuticals developed Zyklon B, which was the gas used in the gas chambers, and yet there are millions and millions and millions of people out there taking Bayer aspirin every day. I mean, you can pick almost any product in the world and say, back in the day, they did this, this, and this, and they were rabid racists, or rabid anti-Semites.
It's the old Hitler owned a dog fallacy.
Oh,
yeah.
Well,
Hitler owned a dog, you own a dog, so you must agree with Hitler.
What breed of dog did Hitler?
I know the history of a lot of these companies, and a lot of it isn't good. I mean, Chevron was run by what is his name? The guy who created Chevron.
I don't know.
Chev,
I don't know.
No, it was I'll give you some personal family history. I'll give you some family history. My father's father, my papa, Arthur. And ironically, my mom's dad was named Arthur too, but that's a side note. My papa was a textile broker. That's how he made his living. That's how he made his bones. That's how he made his fortune. He made his fortune by brokering in his business a very little known fabric at the time. Now this is way back in the 30s and 20s. You may have heard of this fabric later on in life. It's called what is it called? Polyester.
Polyester.
Maybe you've heard of polyester. Maybe you haven't. But that's how my papa made his money. And who did he work for? For a long time in his business, he worked for DuPont Chemical, who made polyester.
Yeah.
DuPont family were rabid anti-Semites, rabid. And he not only succeeded in that industry, he succeeded in a company that was against him simply for being Jewish.
Well,
so yeah, I know about these kind of things all over the world back in the 20s and 30s and 40s and 50s and 60s. I know about
that's the good thing about free market capitalism. It doesn't care about color or creed. It cares about money.
There you go.
Rick Sanchez says Chevron was founded by Chevy Chase. Wasn't it a Vanderbilt?
I do not know.
Wait a minute.
Vanderbilt.
Hang on, I'll find out. Yeah,
maybe it was the Rockefellers.
The Rockefellers, yeah.
Joan. It was wait. It was the Rockefellers, wasn't it?
I mean, I was just throwing a dart blindly. I don't know.
What was?
No. Okay, wait a minute. No, you know what? I'm not thinking of Chevron. I'm not thinking of Chevron. I'm thinking of Standard Oil. I was thinking Standard Oil.
Standard
Okay.
Oil. What's that?
It used to be a much bigger oil company than it is today.
Yeah. Standard Oil was founded by Rockefeller and Henry Flagler.
Oh yeah.
And Standard Oil later became Amoco, and now it's BP. So, and the Rockefellers and the Flaglers, these are not exactly what I would call, warm and fuzzy, looking out for the little guy kind of people. They were rich beyond incredible belief, and they used their money in not good for the little people. They exploited people. That's what they did.
Some people said the same thing about Henry Ford, but I mean, Henry Ford was really the godfather of having, benefits through an employer.
Yeah,
I mean, Henry Ford really did take care of his employees, but got a bad rep.
Yeah,
and Hugo Boss did make German uniforms during, I think it was World War II, not World War I, but yeah, Hugo Boss. I mean, there's a Hugo Boss store in a University Town Center right near where, not near where I live, but same town I live. And you can walk in there and drop $150 on a shirt. And there are people walking in and out of that store all over the place. And I guarantee you a lot of them are Jewish. But Hugo Boss did make clothing and uniforms for the Nazis.
Yeah, so
I'm sorry, you could pull any company. I mean, you could pull almost any company that's been around for 100 or so years and dig up skeletons in their closet. Does that mean that they're doing it now? Almost certainly not.
Yeah, so Henry Ford created the 40-hour work week. He created the 8 hours a day, 5 days a week,
and the assembly line, that made it easier on the assembly line made it easier on the workers.
Yeah, that too. He wanted people, his employees, to have the time to use his products. So yeah.
So there's plenty of bad people out there back in the bad old days. They don't exist anymore. I mean, when did Henry Ford die? I don't know.
Well, I think there's also this misconception that, I mean, multimillionaires or billionaires are nice people to begin with. You have to be very ruthless and very cutthroat to get that level of money.
Yeah, you have to be an asshole. Yeah.
Yeah, and assholes do asshole things. Fools. And a lot of these people did a lot of bad things to a lot of people, and certainly don't excuse them for it or forgive them for it. But
well, sure.
Yeah,
but
I've owned several Ford cars, even though the founder of Ford Motor Company didn't like my people.
I mean, regardless of what they think, it's just a simple fact that Bill Gates has done more good for the world than Mother Teresa.
Yeah.
Because more people's lives are easier and more people use a product that he created. And I'm not saying Mother Teresa's a bad person or anything, but
no. But what about IBM? IBM has done more great things for people than you could probably name. But IBM was also, during World War II, did a lot of bad shit.
IBM was around in World War II.
Yeah.
Huh?
They weren't around just making computers, sir. They did, typewriters and calculating machines and word processors.
So what were they making for the war?
They made machines that that were being used in Germany.
Okay. What kind? Really? What kind of?
Calculating machines, record keeping machines,
Really,
typewriters,
IBM.
things that the Nazis used to catalog what they were doing,
So
keep
IBM
records.
So IBM is German.
No, IBM is an American company, but their products got exported. The I in IBM stands for international.
Oh, okay. I thought that was in like the 30s though, 30s and 40s. Yeah.
It was. IBM's been around for a long time.
Right. Well, I guess it was during the 30s that they were importing
and that wonderful company Apple, that's all woke and politically correct, and we want to be zero carbon by next week, and blah blah blah.
By 2030.
Employ slave labor to make their products over in China.
There you go.
China.
And
China.
so does Samsung and LG and all those companies.
There we go.
These are products that made our lives infinitely greater than they were 10 years ago.
Yes, but they're made with slave labor. So
yes,
or wage labor.
Yes, they are. And I'm sorry about that. I mean, I don't feel great about the fact that even in 2023, there are people being forced to, like over in China, there's an ethnic minority or religious minority. They might be an ethnic minority too, called the Uyghurs. These are Chinese Muslims, and they are being persecuted and slaughtered and forced into slave labor by the millions.
Yeah, so didn't you used to work for IBM, Saleen?
Yes, I did. I worked for IBM. I worked for IBM for a decade. I think probably the best job I ever had.
Wow.
Yes, Traveling Fools. IBM was created in the early 1900s.
So if the I means international, what does the B and the M mean?
International Business Machines.
International Business Machines.
Anyway, all I'm saying is even today, in 2023, there are companies engaging in. If we looked at them, the business practices would be reprehensible.
Unethical.
Well, I mean, look at all the look at Nike and all the shoes they make. I don't personally buy Nike anymore because of other reasons, but Nikes are made in Asian factories for people making a few shekels a day, and we buy them for a couple of $100 a pair.
There you go.
Our clothing, there's a reason that the clothing industry left America decades ago. The cost was too high to produce.
Right.
Now they're all made over in Indonesia and Vietnam.
Labor, so because the labor costs were
the labor costs were prohibitive.
Right, because Americans weren't going to, work
part of the
for
reason.
so little. So
that's part of the reason.
What's
there are
the
many
other
parts. There are many parts to that.
So
That also includes the federal government.
Yeah, I mean, there are many parts to the equation.
Exploit people. Yeah.
And don't forget, and then Slim is right.
Vic,
don't forget,
it's not as simple as we're going to go over here and exploit people because we're a bunch of assholes. Well, no. The main reason that Detroit is on its ass is because unions ran them out of Detroit.
Right, and unions ran the textile industry out of this country, and the federal government ran them out with overregulation and confiscatory tax policies.
You're saying that
we basically punish success in this country.
Right. So you're saying that fair wage, safe working conditions are bad.
No, I'm not saying they're bad. I'm saying that
Oh, now see, this is why these conversations always devolve. because nobody has said word one about fair wages or anything like that.
Well,
We've
fair
simply said there's
wages, I
more
mean,
to
that's
the
very
conversation
subjective.
And that's
than
why
just
I was
that.
going to move why all the stuff has been moved to China.
No, it's not the only reason, Vic. That's exactly what we're saying. But
It's
you're
a
deciding to
reason.
hear what you want to hear.
But it is a reason. I mean, it is a reason that when you see these states that say $15 an hour for a minimum wage, and then you see these fast food companies implement food ordering kiosks, so they can cut the and they basically fire the staff that takes the orders. I told this story a few weeks ago when I did that cross-state trip and I did that cross-state live stream. I stopped the live stream because I was hungry. I wanted to get something to eat, and I stopped in a little town in Florida named Okeechobee, and I pulled into a McDonald's, and there were 5 people working there, and they were all in the back doing food prep. All the ordering was done on these big, about 5 feet tall kiosks, and you basically tap what you want, stick in your credit card or your cash, and you pay for it right there. And then you wait for your number to be called. And one of these food prep people brings you your burger and your fries, and they have, and they give you a cup and you go pour your own drink. And that's when you jack a wage up to $15 an hour, the franchise owner isn't going to sit there and say, okay, I'm going to eat the cost of more of labor. He's either going to say, okay, I have to either jack my prices to the moon and charge $10 for a Big Mac instead of whatever it costs now, and $5 for a pack of fries, or I can cut my labor costs and install these kiosks. They don't need breaks. They don't stop working. They can work 24/7, 365.
Yeah.
And all I need to do is cut my staff from 10 people in this restaurant on a shift to 5, because all I need is 5 people to prep the food, wrap it up in paper, or shovel the fries and stick them in the little carton, and then stick it all in a bag and hand it to you.
Yeah.
Well, and to me, that right there is the biggest problem with conservatives in this country, is trying to shovel that message instead of a moral message, which is what needs to be said. So since you brought it up, Vic, who determines what a fair wage is for a job?
I guess I don't know. I guess the people who are there. I guess I don't know.
Well, the correct answer is the market.
Oh yeah, the market. That's right, the market. Yeah.
Well, actually, the market doesn't even determine that. To be perfectly honest with you,
then what?
That's actually determined on an individual basis.
There you go.
Or it should be.
That's the way it absolutely should be.
Well, then you've got
we
union.
had before. That's what we had. Pretty much pre-New Deal was somebody was looking to hire somebody. They offered somebody a wage for that job, and they either accepted or declined it.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do, Olga. Robot lives do matter.
Mm-mm.
And unfortunately, conservatives don't spend enough time making the moral argument on how immoral shit like the government artificially inflating wages and shit like minimum wage absolutely is. Because instead of a private business transaction between an employer and employee, you have a third person entering that equation and forcing an employer at the end of a gun that you have to give X amount to this employee.
Look at that. Shippy and I agree on something.
Really?
Somebody alert the media.
Really? What? Really? What's that?
Well,
Really?
look at comment.
Shouldn't be a minimum wage. I agree. I agree with Slim. The wage negotiation should be a one-on-one negotiation between employer and employee.
There you go.
It should not be a government mandate, and there should not be a union mandate. There should be, I come to you with my labor, you come to me with your job, and we negotiate a fair wage based on what the market can properly handle, and more importantly, what the employer can handle. Because maybe the employer can handle $15 an hour for a burger flipper. Maybe he can. And he can say, okay, I'll hire you at $15 an hour. Wonderful. But maybe the guy down the street can only afford to pay $8 an hour.
There you go.
Yeah, that's the way it should be. It's you have your labor. I have a job. Let's talk about, how many hours you're going to work. What am I going to pay you? Benefits, that kind of thing. And you have that negotiation, and then hire. And if these goofballs want to go out there and scream 15 for freedom or whatever the idiot slogan is that these Marxists came up with, and the state government says, I think Seattle, at least Seattle did it, maybe the whole state did it, and said, okay, $15 an hour for restaurant workers. And all the restaurant owners said, okay, we're going to either close shop, or we're going to cut staff, or we're going to cut hours. And actually, I think in Portland and Seattle, you see a lot of boarded up restaurants because, if I owned a business like that, I couldn't afford to stay open like that. I'd have to jack my prices to the moon. And then the customer says, I'm not paying $50 for a steak. Well, you have to. I have to pay the waiter $15 an hour. Well, I'm going to go down. I'm going to go make my own steak, or I'm going to go find another restaurant where they're not charging those exorbitant prices.
$50 for a steak is kind of like a casino restaurant.
Well, actually, that $50 for a steak is high-end steakhouse.
I also don't have a problem with unions negotiating wages because I don't have a problem with employees unionizing.
No, I don't either. But above all, keep the government out of it.
Yeah,
the government has no place in the private sector with respect to wages. They got no place there.
They really ain't got a place in the public sector either, to be perfectly fucking honest with you.
Yeah, but that's a whole nother animal.
Well, I mean, is there a government agency that doesn't have just an absolute track record of failure? I mean, is there a government agency with any level of success?
No, not in my opinion anyway. And I think my opinion can be backed up with solid facts. And all you have to do is walk into your local driver's license office and find that out.
Your opinion can be backed up with what?
Facts. I mean, literally, Vic, name me one government entity that does their job to a market level definition of success. I mean, you want to look at the VA? I mean, I gave an example earlier of a guy I saw in the news yesterday in Tampa is stuck in VA limbo for years.
Well, that one you can't blame the VA for when they only get a fraction of the funding that's needed.
There you go.
Yeah, but it's still a government entity. I mean,
well, I get that, but if they got funded like the fucking welfare system did, the VA would work great.
Yeah, but the welfare system doesn't function very well either. I mean, they're really good at
There's been billions of dollars in waste ever since it came out. But yeah, no, I mean, you look at any of the Federal Reserve. Literally, from the moment it was created, was an abject failure, because the Federal Reserve was created to stop things like the Great Depression from happening. 5 minutes after it was created, the Great Depression happened. The Department of Education has been a fucking failure ever since Carter brought it up.
Hang on a minute. Fools, when I get to the Slav softball game, I'm going to punch you dead in the face.
What? Let's see. What did he say? He said
post office runs at perfection. I am going to kill him for that one.
Yeah, that's right. You begged to differ.
That's funny.
The post office can't get a letter from point A to point B successfully half the damn time.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
you know what? That right there, yes, the post office ran for a long time and actually made a profit and actually ran pretty well. It's only over the last 30 or 40 years that the post office has taken a nosedive.
It's only because of the rise of UPS and FedEx, but yeah.
The post office should be privatized or shut down, and its function should be folded into UPS and FedEx.
But that's the way.
No, Vic. It actually UPS and FedEx rose because of the failures of the Postal Service.
Oh, okay. There you go. There's that.
Anyway, guys, it is 5 o'clock. It's after 5 o'clock, and I must be heading over to my mom's house.
All right.
It is that time of the evening.
Yep.
You know, before I go, I was listening to y'all's conversations with me eating chips and salsa.
Yeah, we could hear it, but I chose to ignore it. Please click the thumbs up button before you leave, and make the thumbs up dedicated to Nate and his chips and salsa.
See you guys.
Yeah, toodles.
Thanks, Slim. And thanks, Nate, for stopping by. And Vic, thank you for stopping by, too.
Okay, bye, Saleen.
See you. Anyway, so once again, we come to the end of okay, before we come to an end, I get to do one last timeout for Shippies because he's being a pain again. And go ahead, log on to your other account so I can time that one out too. Anyway, before you leave, click that thumbs up. I'm almost at 20. Give me one more. Somebody give me one more. I appreciate it. So once again, we prove that episode number 141 of Wednesday Afternoon Live with SaleenDriver. And Battle Angel, I'm waiting for suggestions for more walking and talking videos, so don't forget about me. I didn't even know Battle Angel was still in here. But once again, we proved that this show is absolutely the show about nothing in particular. And we covered a lot of subjects today. We covered a lot of stuff. So I had fun doing it too. It's time to clean my keyboard. Thank you, Battle Angel. I appreciate it. Anyway, we'll do it all again next Wednesday. I definitely got to go get an eye appointment, and everything looks blurry. I think it's a combination of fatigue and these glasses suck. And Shippies, goodbye. Come on, one more thumbs up. Well, doesn't matter. I know you all had a good time. I still think I have one of the most lively chats out there. Other than now, Lou's chat is the best. Obviously, I mean his videos, his channels are the best, and his chats are the best. But I think mine are pretty lively too. So I like Korean food, not Karen food. I don't know what that means. But anyway, thank you all for being here today. We'll do it all again on episode 142. Have a good rest of the week. Enjoy your evening tonight. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for making my afternoon entertaining and making it worth waking up in the morning. Y'all have a good rest of the day. Peace.